So how you guys doing tonight? Oh, come on, that was weak. I said, how you doing?
So my name's Landon.
And my name's Behm.
And we have grown up together since kindergarten and done everything together. So we figured we would do this together as well.
So that means you're going to see a bunch of beautiful pictures of our faces up on the screen all night. You're going to love it.
So we were tasked with giving a title for our presentation that was raw and edgy. So we figured that So Loved fit that bill pretty well.
And, you know, it is kind of funny, though. Love really is raw and edgy.
Yeah, at everyone's core, it's a desire to be loved that drives our actions.
So tonight, we're just going to share our stories of how we've pursued love in our lives.
Yeah. So I have had an amazing life. I've been really blessed with an amazing family that loves me. I've lived in Lloydminster my whole life with my parents and my sister, and I had a really easy childhood. Growing up, I went to an elementary school called St. Joseph's in town. It was an awesome place, and I loved it, but it was a pretty small school. I didn't have a whole lot of friends there because there wasn't a whole lot of kids there. But the people that I did tend to hang out with were the girls in my class. Yeah, so that was cool, but it did get me quite a lot of bullying, namely from a guy named Behm, if you've heard of him.
Who's that?
Yeah, but it was awesome. I really liked elementary school. But growing up, I always struggled with feelings of meaninglessness. I didn't know why my life was important or what purpose I really served. I had an amazing, loving family, but that never seemed to be enough. And I always just thought that there was something I was missing, but I couldn't figure out what that was.
So I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about myself. I was raised by a single mom, and she raised me and my brother, and she did a great job. You know, she did the best she could. And my dad, he was around sometimes, but an even bigger father figure for me was my papa, and he's the guy in the bottom left there. He was so awesome. You know, he loved me so much. And he definitely showed that. He was always there for school events and stuff. But then he died. And I became a much more bitter, much more angry kid. You know, I started getting in fights, started cussing girls out at school. I became addicted to pornography, which is a sick, sad, twisted excuse for love. And I started bullying, ironically, Landon. Because if I couldn't have love, why should anyone else? And so I was really excited for grade 8 because I could start partying, I could start sleeping with girls. It would be great. That would be so fulfilling. Little did I know something else was planned for me.
So, all throughout my time in school, I would spend my summers at this place called Pleasant View Bible Camp. It was an awesome place, and I had tons of fun. But more importantly than all the fun I had was that I learned something that would change my life. I learned for the first time about a relational God who loved me. I learned that I had sinned, and because I had sinned, I was separated from this amazing God. But most importantly, I learned that this God had sent his son Jesus to reconnect me to him. Because more than my family could and more than anyone else in this world could, he loved me. So in the summer of grade 8, I didn't know what it meant, but I decided that I was going to start following Jesus.
So the first month of grade 8, one of my friends, Landon, invited me to the local youth group. We had gone to that camp the past summer, and we'd gone there a bunch, but this past summer, something really clicked with Landon, and it stuck with him. So reluctantly, I decided to try it out, see how it could go. And I was so surprised, because when I walked in, there was this joy and love about the people there that was so attractive. It was so appealing, so fulfilling. And as I started to attend more, I realized the reason that they had this joy, this love, was because of their relationship with Jesus. And I decided to discover that a bit more for myself.
So, despite my own struggles and doubts in my life, Jesus has proved to me time and time again that he was that thing that I was looking for to fulfill me and to fill the emptiness in my life. He's changed me from a lost and lonely little boy into a disciple of his that he's using to do amazing things, including talking to all of you right now. He's blessed me with the best friends I could ever ask for, including this former bully beside me.
Oh, stop it, you.
And he's given me this amazing opportunity to help boys who are asking the same questions I was when I was younger and helping them find their source of love in their life.
So as time went on, I became a lot more like the person I am today. You know, I still mess up. I'm still a broken human being. But I have joy. And I have joy because I know that I am loved by the author of love himself. And he's changed so many things in my life. You know, I no longer treat women like objects. Landon is my best friend.
Your only friend.
And this only happened because I realized that there was something in my life that was missing that only Jesus could fill. C.S. Lewis said it best. He said, if I look at my life and I see desires which nothing in this world can fill, then the only logical explanation is that I was not made for this world.
So when we heard that the theme tonight would be raw, I went looking for a definition for this word. And this is what I found. And I think it describes God's love perfectly. It says that it's strong and undisguised. It says that it's intense and passionate. God's love is something that can't be hidden. It's something that demands a response when it's encountered.
Mm-hmm. And the primary way that God has shown his love for us is by sending his son Jesus to die for us, to bridge the gap that was created between us by sin, so that we could have a personal, loving relationship with this God. And you know, just because Landon and I have found this new life full of fulfillment and meaning and joy, doesn't mean that we don't mess up or have bad days. Doesn't mean that we're perfect. It's beyond false. What it means is that we have a God who loves and cares for us, who has a personal relationship with us, walking beside us every step of the way.
So, all that to say, Jesus was the only thing that could make me and Behm feel fulfilled. He's the only thing that brought us love and that brought us meaning to our lives. So I want to ask you guys 2 questions before we leave. I want to ask you, what is the source of love and purpose in your life? And what gives your life meaning?
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for listening. You guys have been great.